Right, on to the next video. So, yada yada yada, you're going to expect me to go on to the next generation, Ryza growing up and teaching new alchemist? Wrong. She is a teacher, but we're not going to the next generation. We're sticking with her. Yeah, in the first direct sequel, Atelier Rorona 2. Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy. Set pretty much 3 years after Ryza 1 has ended, Ryza is now an alchemist and is teaching people on her island. After getting a message from Tao, who has begun researching these ancient ruins in the big town, invites Ryza there. She learns more alchemy as she goes, and yeah, I like it. What makes this story really good is it's a nice progression with all the characters showing evidence of growth in both the original game and over the span of 3 years. Like Tao is no longer the timid boy he was in the first game, which I didn't have time to mention. He's now quite confident and well skilled. Lent, who wanted to become a warrior, trained under Leah, Ampel's partner, or assistant should I say, and is now quite buff and done. Claudia is now more confident in her approach, and Ryza knows more about alchemy. And they are still growing over the progression of this game. Heck, even Boss, who was like the antagonist rival of the first game, is now more mellowed and kinder. The new story segment is Fee. I can only describe this little winged fairy thing, which Ryza sort of adopts as her child. And again, the story and characters are on point. Because as we're exploring, Fee begins to struggle, and it's taking like mana from crystals, which you learn is actually hiding a stronger evil force, which again is slowly foreshadowed. And the characters I really like again. It is not that often where I'm invested in these characters. The alchemy is pretty much more of the same, you just have more options, but one thing I forgot to say though. The one alchemy thing I like is in previous games, when not to learn a new recipe, usually just bought a book. In this game, you sort of have to learn the new recipes yourself. Like for example, if I'm making a recipe that has items, there might be this item at the top left. If I put that item in, it makes a new one, and then I can make that new one. Ryza is constantly learning new recipes as she goes, with the exception of key items, which she just gets the book anyway. And gameplay? The gameplay is the same, but to best explain it, it looks a lot less stiff, because then before it was sort of like the characters are lined up and they just rushed in. Now they all like attack together in the enemy, and it looks a little more natural and fluid. Presentation, I'm probably going to be wrong, but this is the first PS5 game. Graphically, nah, but voice work, pretty good. Again, all Japanese, there's no English dub in any of these games now. Character models look good, music's pleasant, and the ending was quite bittersweet without, again, spoiling anything. This is definitely a worthy sequel to any of the games. Now, I'm going a little out of order for the next one, because there was a game released before, believe it or not, the third Ryza game, but I want to save that one to last for a reason. So yeah, stay tuned for the second direct sequel. Bye bye! Oh, and don't forget to follow. Bye bye.